All right. Well, the fact is, no one really has a video that I can tell, and in my searches for CTS wagon with a 3-liter, with the GM 3-liter in it. So I'll give a quick rundown on what I'm doing here. I got timing chain that I got to do on this thing. It's got about 190,000. I got that, what is it, P9 496, and which is, what is that one? Can't remember. And then the P17, which is the exhaust valve or exhaust cam, passenger side. I think that's bank 2, bank 1, can't remember, bank 1 I think. Anyhow, this guy, sensor out of timing with crankshaft. So change the sensor, first of all, is maybe like 2 days. It was fine. Otherwise, I did some investigating based on mileage and stuff. Yeah, timing chain is gone. Over the last year or two, I've seen a bit of a performance drop and a mileage, huge mileage drop, as well for gas fuel consumption. So what I got here, up the clock, this down, Cloys, all from Rock Auto. So Cloys timing chain with idlers and lower crank sprocket, all the guides, tensioners in there. And while I'm in here, I got a new intake gasket. Here are the coils. I already got the pulley off the water pump. I bought a OEM GM water pump gasket. This water pump, we're planning on keeping the car for 3 to 5 years anyhow, so I don't think I chinched out, but didn't get OEM pricing for water pump. But again, all from Rock Auto. Got a new water pump. I know the bearings were going in it already anyhow. Got a new idler bearing. I know the bearings were going in that. I've already done the idler bearings. Otherwise, there was just one, I think. But anyhow, that new seal for water pump on the cover. Fuel filter. So yeah, we'll continue to go through parts here. Got a new main shaft seal, and valve cover seals and gaskets here. Maul, and what was this one here? I think Felpro, yeah. Oh, yes, that's the part number for the intake gasket. Yeah, again, what's this one? Part number on this guy. That. And then a new serpentine belt, because the other one was starting to go on it anyways too. So yeah, so what I got here, first thing I did, took the elbow off for the intake. So this guy, that came off, and then I took the intake housing off, intake filter housing off. This is mostly to allow it to be able to get the steering, fluid steering reservoir pulled out of the way enough that I'll have like sufficient access to that. With that, there's this little 10 mil that goes in here, and then oddly a massive, what was that, 14 mil, 15 mil, what was that one, 18 mil socket for the bolt that goes through there. And that was this big guy here. So anyways, pull those two off. Pulled the cross, it has a strut brace on the top there. Pulled that off, again with the 18 mil. And then I worked from the top down. So pulled this guy out. It's a bit of a pain in the ass. I kind of had to kink it a little bit, turn it. 90 degrees to get the flats here, to be able to come out through the fitting. Pull that out, and then from that I did these bolts for the intake housing. And there's two bolts on the back side here, and these guys here, 10 mil you want for those. Bust those out. That'll allow you to pull the cover off. Keep in mind, when putting the intake manifold back on, you'll want to keep this bolt in on the back, otherwise you're not going to be able to get it in because of that top valance right there. So you'll see, oh, I did take it out, but it'll be that back one right here, and those are the two holes that bracket on the back goes onto. And then, so that came off. Then I did the coils. You pull these guys back a little bit and then push down on the tab, and they just slide off pretty quick and easy. What else we got here? There's one bracket here for the cover for this guy. That goes on. Those bolts can go back in so they don't get lost. Pull out all the sensors for the wiring harness here. And then also, down on the bottom there, you'll figure it out. There's another guy. Where does that one go? That bolts in through here, and where was that? Here. There's a bracket that goes here. There's a canister that one of these plugs goes down to, and yeah, so that obviously has to come off. Then a water pump pulley has to come off. The return vent line, top vent line for the coolant canister has to come off. This guy, there wasn't really all that much in there, but that, and this one was also on the canister that was down here. That has to come off. Yeah, so then coils. What else? Where am I at here? Got these sensors off as well, or sorry, these plugs here. All this stuff pulled up, tucked away. So at this point, I will be next draining coolant. I can take this hose off here. I'm thinking, didn't really plan this out sufficiently to get pans and stuff. I mean, I got a drip tray under there, but that hose I'll pull off and let it drain out into that tub there. It'll be a bit of a mess, but the way she goes sometimes. Yeah, so we'll get that hose drained off, and then next will be the water pump will come off. I'll take this upper, oh, thing's still hot. This into coolant elbow, that'll be coming off. I'll take the valve covers off, and that'll likely be it for today. I'll bust the bolt loose for the crank pulley. I gotta get a pulley puller from work tomorrow to get that off, and also the AC pump, I believe, and this guy. Well, I got to get the AC pump off first. So on the cover, I know I'm going to have an issue with this bolt here. Is going to be holding the cover on further down. I'll also have to get the AC pump off. And yeah, because that's power steering pump. So I'll have to get the AC pump off here. And I'll pull the tensioner off. And I'll likely have to do something with the alternator over here. I mean, this is not a ideal job. I'm not really a fan of doing this, to be honest. likely after everything's all said and done here, I'll have likely wanted to just take it to a shop and get it done, but I mean, yeah, away she goes. Anyways, yeah, so it's a 2010 CTS Wagon performance package with 3-liter. I know, small engine, but yeah, anyhow, I'll likely get another video to succeed this one once I got the valve covers off and everything drained and stuff, and give you a heads up on what to do from there.